Greetings gamers and welcome to part number 49 of my Let's Play Fire Emblem 10, Radiant Dawn. And in today's episode, I make a hilarious discovery that Micaiah doesn't have a high enough rank to use Purge. That's why I couldn't use it before, which was very interesting to say the least. I did not make that distinction. First and foremost, I'm going to direct them to Rome. I can strike you. So it may have been way better to use particularly a physic on this turn with her, but I think it's okay, especially because it gave her B rank. Now she can actually use that good old... I don't think, yeah, of no purpose whatsoever. That good old Purge, if I wanted to, for the rest of this chapter, which is exactly a possibility. Leonardo still has a stat distribution lower than you would ever want at this point in the game. And yet he's still doing kind of okay. Just taking out a little bit of the rabble before I move on. And I think that's literally going to be it, which means that I may end my turn. Nice. So both of those generals should be healed up by the bishops that I have in my possession as yellow units. Well, he will be. I forgot that there was a halberdier there, actually. Nice shot. And that Phoenician bird is gone. Goodbye. Wow, he's moving very far away from the Allied forces. That's funny. That's not good at all, actually. Just luck. All right. I kind of have to sit back and hope. A little bit of prayer could be helpful here, too. That Soth doesn't get one shot. Yes. You saw that right. Soth got one shot. What a shame. Well, it is time to restart the chapter. I will be right back. All right. I am back after that lengthy reset. And it is time to take out a tiger. Perfect. Leonardo got a decent level up, very decent. All right, there's two more good old Phoenicians that joined the show. So I'm going to heal up this Dayan because he has a little bit less health than the Dayan general right next to him. And then I'm going to throw the tosser your way. You want to clog up this space with as many cats as you possibly can rather than the tigers, because the tigers just do an insane amount of damage in comparison. This tiger is doing 32 damage. This one's doing 32. These cats are only doing 22. So they're quite a bit weaker. I could attack this tiger, but the problem is you do not want to necessarily damage these Legus in such a way that they would overwhelm a unit like Soth, because Soth, if he's doing enough damage to KO, he KOs one after that Legus has damaged him, then another one can attack him, and that's exactly what caused his downfall. It wasn't necessarily that I misplayed. It was just that it was circumstantial problems, to say the least. Yeah, so not being able to let your allied units, the 2 bishops that you have, heal up your units or the other allied units you have is a shame. It's kind of a bit of a sad instance in time. But you have to hold back your units in order to allow those killer ballista to do their job against the Phoenicians. Otherwise, you're going to find yourself not so happy. Because the problem with the Phoenicians is that they will easily get to the point where they can just get up to... Oh, very nice. They can get up to this green space, and all an enemy has to do is enter the space, and you just lose. So you can go right there. You can go right there. I think that's perfectly fine. How much speed does he have? 20 speed. How much speed does Leonardo have? Well, 23 attack speed, so he's not going to get doubled. I can safely put him here so that Jill can be placed right here. And then I am going to also physic up this other general. Now, of course, I'm keeping these units halted because... not so great of a level up. Because even though I would like them to be able to do healing and attacking, you want the killer ballistas to take out the Phoenicians as best as you possibly can. I don't think there are any more Phoenician reinforcements, and if there are, it would probably be very likely like the last turn or two, and depending on how far away they are, the thing is that they're just not going to be of any serious worry. Very nice. They just keep attacking these Daean generals. It's one of the reasons why I'm not the biggest of fans of the AI in these games. I just think they're really dumb and shouldn't be. So, technically here, I do not have to let those units roam. In fact, I'm not going to, because it is turn 9. I'm going to go ahead and finish off these units. I don't know that this guy can reach. He might actually be able to. Yeah, he might. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, he most likely would be able to. Though, let's see. How much damage would he be doing? 34. 10, yeah. Leonardo is not surviving that. Even remotely. This is kind of a bit of an issue. Not a good issue either. So, for the sake of this, man, this is not good at all. I don't know that I can... really do anything here. Of course, I could just let these guys come up, but the problem with that is that it kind of defeats the purpose of my defensive line over here. I don't really appreciate that. Well, if she was doubling and or critting there, which, you know, she's just not going to do, that would actually be not that bad of an option. Okay. So what I'm going to have to do... Yeah, he can definitely come up here. So I'm going to revert, half shift, and then these guys cannot attack Leonardo twice. I will just leave you there. And then I'll heal up Leonardo. I'm actually going to unequip the Iron Dagger for the time being. And I think that will be my turn. That was actually a lot harder than I was thinking about, because the thing is that you want to be very, very, very careful with a unit like Leonardo. He's going to take a lot of damage. Now, it's not necessarily the end of the world that he is there. But, man, it's not exactly a great scenario or situation either. Luckily, there's only a couple of turns left, and I should be able to have this pretty well in the bag, as long as I am careful. Because that's the thing, even though I love this chapter, you have to be very careful with your placement, your positioning, as well as who you attack, who you heal, when you're going to allow the enemies or the allies to move, and when you're not going to allow them to move. Ike, are you safe? Wait, that was a dumb question, wasn't it? I don't think any of us are safe at the moment. Are you guys finished with the preparations? Yeah, the rest of the force is on the way. They should arrive any minute. Alright, once we merge, we'll launch the attack. Raphael, are you ready? Let's go look for Micaiah. Do not leave my side. These Bjork look edgy. Yes, Queen Lila. I'll be closer than your own shadow. Okay, so... There's only 2 turns remaining. With that in mind, you all may roam. 47 times 2. That's an exceptional amount of damage right there. And then I'm going to heal Leonardo. That is a beautiful another level up for good old Micaiah. That means she's maxed out on magic and res, which is pretty good. She's very close to maxing luck, too. She's going to do that soon, which is pretty great, because that means I could be able to use some bonus experience points on her to get her speed and defense a little bit higher. And then I will heal up with Soth. And I think that is unfortunately all I can do. But now that my allies are usable again, I think it should work out perfectly fine. The Daean generals are taking out the untransformed Legus. Kind of hilariously. Ooh, very nice. So he blocked the pathway. I really appreciate that. I think that's awesome. And then gone that galleon is. Nice. So the killer ballista are... I don't think they are necessary anymore, but even if they were, the way that I've held them back, it means that they're both going to have a shot in the very last turn. So I would dare say that I did this to the best of my abilities. Much better than the first little run, but the thing was is that wasn't really particularly my fault. And because this area is fully clogged with the cats rather than the tigers, I have succeeded in my plan. It's why I love this chapter so much. It reminds me a lot of like the kind of strategy you have to do for something like Chapter 14 Onslaught in Thracia, where it's a lot of strategy. Lately, I've been strategizing some interesting ways to beat that game without playing the guidance, and it is rough playing that chapter in particular, because the only way that you can successfully deal with Paulus, because you won't have a warp user by then, is if you make sure to train up the staff rank of Nana so that she has C, so that you can use the sleep staff. By the way, that's a rough strategy. I cannot wait to show that off. One of these days. Turn 11. I think I'll move you here. Move you there. And pretty much just heal up Soth. And I think that's my turn. Yeah, I don't think... Yeah, no Phoenicians reinforced, but as you can see, all of the Grail mercenaries are over here reinforcing, and they're getting ready to come and attack me particularly. Not an actual threat. You're never going to have an opportunity to fight them unless you go out of your way to fight them. You don't take so much of a defensive approach as I have. That's pretty much the only way that's happening. Sometimes the enemies are a little bit, or the allies even, are a little bit dumber than you would want them to be. That general was better off staying where he was. Because now that Cat Legoose is going to go up there and KO. Ooh! Oh, he could have gone up there and KO'd that bishop, but the thing was is that he ran out of his gauge. Darn cat gauge. It's always a problem. One way or the other. I appreciate it. I think it's funny. And here comes Ike, storming up the battlefront. I don't think it's possible for him to reach any of my units. I'm definitely going to be checking his range, because if I have to, I will gladly retreat. Ike is pretty much a match for any of my units right now, including Tyronia. Okay. So he can only reach right here, in the case of him actually being able to go up, which is not that big of a threat. The Lagnasada. Leonardo has been getting a boatload of experience points, and that was an amazing, fantastic, unbelievable level up. You'd have to see it to believe it. And then, I don't know, would this be more experience points? I highly doubt that would be more experience points than healing up. Now, 44 experience points with Paragon is pretty darn good to get from a staff, especially in a Tellius game. That is literally my last turn, which is wonderful. This chapter is going to be completed, basically this enemy phase completion. At least it should be. You never know. The game could throw me a couple of curveballs, and I would not be too delighted on that factor. Wow. A bishop actually healing my unit? Impressive. Ooh. That was an incredible amount of damage. I'm pretty sure that's one of the tigers that is right next to Ike, though, at the start, because those three tigers that never move until Ike moves are much stronger than the rest. This is a funny thought. So I didn't end up using that purge, but I do think it was a good idea having it acquired. Just in case.
Maiden of Dawn, the enemy is approaching. Please, you must withdraw inside the castle.
Our defenses have been broken. We did everything we could. It's only a matter of time now. Daean soldiers, pull back immediately. Take up positions inside the castle. We won't let them take us without a fight.
The inner gate has been breached. It's only a matter of time before they break through the inner walls. That was fast. We didn't even get a chance to rest.
Isn't there anything else we can do? King Pelias has worked so hard to find the answer. Was it for nothing? There must be something. A rumor, old folklore, anything.
Hold on. Didn't Lady Almeda seem to know something about the Blood Pact? Come to think of it, she recognized the mark of the pact on Pelias' arm right away, like she'd seen one before.
You're right. Why didn't I realize it sooner? Where is she? Where is Lady Almeda?
General, it's no use. We can't hold them off any longer. Enemy troops have broken through and are headed this way. Escape while you can.
No, I must find Lady Almeda. Everything depends on it.
Break down that gate. If they won't come out, we'll just let ourselves in. All forces, advance. Ike, we have a problem. A big problem. All this battlefield chaos is starting to really affect the Legus. They're on the verge of losing control. I can't stop them, Ike. If they find Micaiah, they're going to tear her apart. I guarantee it. Blast. We need to get them under control. Where's Scrimmer? Sheesh, what a relief to finally have the end of this thing in sight. I can't believe what a fight the Daean army put up, especially considering their numbers. Wait a minute. Hey, Alki, what the heck is that on the horizon?
He's flying toward us. The flapping sounds heavier than a wyvern. It sounds huge. Oh, you've got to be kidding me. All units, get down, now!
All of you are ordered to throw down your weapons and cease fighting. Do this for your own welfare.
Ina, Alencia, what's going on here?
It's a black dragon of Goldoa.
Tibarn, what's going on?
Why are you asking me? All I know is that I'm not ready to step up to a black dragon. Did you see that blast?
Point taken. All units retreat. Platoon commanders, gather your men.
What just happened? Why did the Apostles' army leave? And what was that horrible sound?
Micaiah.
Kurth, where have you been? I haven't seen you since you left for home. How did you get here? Why would you even come to a horrible place like this?
I wanted to save you, and my sister as well.
Your sister? She's here?
Never mind that now. I'm just glad you're safe. Are you hurt?
No, I don't think so. I'm just very confused right now.
The subhumans are here. Protect the maiden with your lives.
Stop. Stand down, all of you. Queen Nyla, Raphael. Thank you. Thank you so much.
It's all right, Micaiah. It'll be all right. Apostles' Army Camp. Daean. The Black Dragon is Prince Kurth Naga? Sheesh, I thought the lions got big. Ah, it's the sun, is it? I thought maybe the Dragon King had shrunk a bit in his old age. You all know the Dragon Prince of Goldoa? Yeah, Goldoa hosted a meeting of Legus royalty 3 years ago. That's when Tibarn and I met him. Alencia and I met him around the same time. I'd say he was a nice kid, except that he's older than all of us put together.
The prince hopes to avoid the complete destruction of Daean and its people. He wishes to stop the fighting. We would like to ask you to implement a ceasefire and hold a peace talk. We have attempted to hold peace talks with Dayan on multiple occasions. They refuse to listen to reason, and instead choose to fight. We have no more time to waste on people who choose war over peace at every turn. Your people are waiting for you in Begnion. Is that what presses you?
It's not just that. All the strife and chaos has affected the medallion. It's shining brighter each day.
No, that can't be. The blue flame burns once more. The light that radiates from the medallion looks like blue fire. It's like this flaming aura that earned the medallion its other name, the Fire Emblem. The Fire Emblem. The flames on the Fire Emblem indicate the awakening of the Dark God. If the war is allowed to continue, nothing can stop the Dark God's awakening. We must halt this fighting. If there is a way to stop the fighting, we shall do everything in our power to aid in that effort. We have pursued peace since this began. Then let us wait until Prince Kurthnaga returns. He is speaking with the leaders of Dayan now.
Valencia, what are you doing here? Did Ina and Kurth ask you to bring them to this battle and end this episode? Yes, in fact, they did do just that. It is time to call it quits. I want to thank you for joining me. If you like my content, please upvote and follow, or like and subscribe depending on your platform. And while you're at it, have a great and glorious day gaming.